Hi, family. Hope you all are having a great day, evening, or night, depending on when you're looking at this video. I for sure had a great day. Spent some time with my son. We went to a car dealership, a really nice car dealership. We looked at some Rolls Royces and Bentleys, looked at the sticker tag, took some pictures, and sat in it, and just visualized ourselves driving down the main drag one day. But it was fun. I love the car I have now. We're just having fun. I'm in bonding, so it was a great time. If you ever get a chance to bond with your kids, make sure you do that, and your spouse, obviously. But I want to pose a question to everyone, and hopefully this YouTube session provides some benefit. But the question that I want to ask is, how many of you have ever faced adversity in your life? Adversity that just makes you just want to crawl up somewhere. I can raise both hands and tell you that I have. Definitely have. But what I've learned over the years through adversity is that my adversity was the precursor to my success. I'm going to repeat it again. My adversity or your adversity is definitely the precursor to your success. Now, if you haven't faced adversity, if you're looking at this today and say, you know what, I haven't faced adversity, don't shut off that YouTube. You will. You will, at one point in your life, face some form of adversity, and it's good though. If you face some form of adversity, it's just the stepping stone to your next level in life. Again, as I mentioned, it's definitely the precursor to your success. Now, for many of us that are going through adversity, right, unfortunately, we can't see past what we're dealing with. That's the main issue. We can't see past those dark moments. But there's a scripture verse that I hold on to oftentimes, and I go back to. It's Proverbs 24:10. If you falter in a time of trouble, how small is your strength? All right. Let me say it again. If you falter in the time of struggle or trouble, how small is your strength? So I was talking to one of my mentors, a very good friend of mine. He's very successful, and he had adversity earlier on, and that adversity definitely fueled him to who he is today. But I was talking with him, and we were sharing some of our successes, and I was sharing my recent successes, and I went back to some of the things that occurred over the years in my life. Some of the jobs that I had that didn't work out. Either wasn't the right pay, wasn't the right fit, job loss, and going from one job to the next because of it not being the right fit. No, I'm not saying I was job hopping. Let's not get it twisted. I spent many years at certain jobs, but nonetheless moved on because it just wasn't the right fit for whatever reason that was. And I was also sharing some personal things that occurred over my life that posed some adversity. And we discussed it, and he explained to me, you know what, those things had to happen. It wasn't by chance, it wasn't by coincidence, but it was a part of my roadmap to be who I am today. What I learned, or what in retrospect, when I was speaking with my mentor, and some of the things that I already knew, but he had to remind me, is that I would never be the man that I am today had I not have gone through the adversity and the difficult times in prior years. The adversity that I faced allowed me to be the person today. It gave me strength, wisdom, courage. It gave me power. It gave me confidence. It gave me an overarching resilience to not go back to those times of adversity again, and to hopefully use my experience to impact others. So because of my adversity, I'm living my best life. So many of us, we want to live the good life. We definitely want to live the good life. But for some, we don't want to go through adversity. And I don't know what that good life looks like, whether it can be a new job, a better family, a better relationship, more money, a bigger house, or whatever the case may be, whatever your good life is. But we don't want to go through those difficult times. We don't want to go through the process, the roadmap, or at least some of us, right? I don't know. You might already have your adversity planned out and you know that your roadmap. But this is for some of you that need to hear this. And hopefully there's enough ears that need to hear this. But we want the good life, but we don't want to put the work in. We don't want to go through the adversity. What we see is we see a lot of our Hollywood stars, and we see a lot of our icons and a lot of those high public figures, whether it be in sports or government or acting or music or whatever the case may be. We see them and we forget that many of them have gone through tough days, tough times in order to get to where they are today. The greater the adversity, the greater reward. You hear so many stories of these icons living on the street, homeless, countless cases of bankruptcy, failed projects, unfortunately failed marriages. There was failure along the way, but they didn't quit. They were not regular. They were extraordinary people that they used their adversity to fuel, and they truly understood that the adversity was a part of their roadmap to success. So there's for me the the faster I bounce back from my adversity, the quicker I got to where I am today. Now, you may wall up and you may you may ponder on your adversity. You may stay there, but don't stay there long, family. Don't stay there long. The faster you bounce back, is the quicker you're back on your roadmap to success. There's a quote from Napoleon. I think it's Napoleon Hill. It says, "Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit." That's very profound. That for me, that means, as I mentioned previously or earlier, is that the harder or the difficult, the harder, the greater the adversity, the greater the reward. It's very simple. So the next time that you're faced with adversity, regardless of whether it's a month, a year, or a day, just know that it's temporary. The adversity is simply the next step in your greatness process. I'll repeat that. The adversity is the next step in your greatness process. Keep striving, family. Keep moving. Whenever you see adversity, smile through it, because you know at the other side of adversity is your best life. It is on your roadmap towards success. Love you. Have a great evening. Hug someone you love.